I've played Sonic Rumble early, before its release date in winter this year. And yeah, I'll basically be mentioning in this video exactly how I feel about it so far, and if you should download Sonic Rumble for yourself when it releases. So this game released in a few countries that were selected as like the pre-launch kind of like playtesting kind of thing, and that wasn't my country. So I used a VPN to actually download it from the Play Store, and yes, this is only launching on mobile phones, iPhones, Androids, before it comes out on PC as well this winter. But yeah, playing it on mobile, my experience. The touch controls are actually pretty decent, which usually Sonic games made for mobile control pretty well with the touch screen, like Sonic Dream Team being Apple Arcade exclusive, also used touch controls which were similar to this, and yeah, I would say that they're pretty spot on. With being good for what it needs to be for a touchscreen based game, I feel like it's accurate to what I actually want to do, and the way the game handles is appropriate for being able to, you know, play it on a phone touchscreen. Now for the gameplay, if you've ever played Fall Guys, then this entire game will be very, very familiar to you. You compete online against 31 other players across 3 different matches, seeing who can qualify and get to the next round. The first round of the 3 matches that you'll do is always just a dash to the goal as quick as possible, and yeah, it's just kind of a race to get to the end and qualify. As you know, like Fall Guys, that's kind of like what the main gameplay is for that, for the main races, and you just got to get to the end before enough people qualify, otherwise you're eliminated and don't move on to the next round. Some of the rounds actually have specific conditions. For example, the first person to collect the most rings will be in first person to get the most points by defeating flower things, whatever. And there's other ones like getting balls into a hole, and then other ones where you have to like go through a bunch of rings to get points, destroy the most enemies, survive as the longest, etc. Kind of like that. Now on to actually controlling your character. Like we mentioned earlier, there's touch screen controls. You have a joystick, a jump button which you can double jump with. There is a specific homing attack button, and then an actual item button which mostly is just used for attacking someone. You can also do emotes in the game with these little stickers and icons and stuff that you can do, as well as doing emotes that are actual like dances and just taunts and stuff. But yeah, just like any other Sonic game, this is platforming based. You're just going to have to jump over platforms, avoid enemies, making sure you time your jumps well, collect rings, go on springs, grind on rails, go up walls, etc. Standard Sonic stuff. Now I will say that the movement speed in general is a tad bit too slow, like it's just really slow, and I do think they could make it a little bit faster because we are playing a Sonic game after all. Why the hell are we this slow in a Sonic game? This is just Sonic Labyrinth type gameplay, like what the hell, why are we so slow? The speed shoes item that you can get kind of makes the speed as fast as I would actually want it to be. So like, why isn't it just always like that? Maybe it's because it's on mobile and it's harder to actually control or something, but I feel like the speed is a bit too slow, you know? And speaking of items, you can get a shield item as well as the speed shoes I mentioned, which protects you from one hit, like they always have done. But then you also get this item, which actually allows you to hit anyone and absolutely obliterate them. Just craziness. I can't believe how overpowered this can be. Especially in those ring collecting ones where you have to get the most rings, it's so overpowered. And yeah, speaking of attacking people, you can't normally attack anyone. You can like run into them, but you can't actually do anything to impact their existence unless you get this specific item. So yeah, I guess we're all friendly in this. Not really, because well, you're competing. There are specific level gimmicks which we'll talk about in a second per like zone. And yeah, we'll go over what zones are featured in the game, but they're all from past Sonic games because that's what Sega loves to do with Sonic nowadays. Doesn't create anything new. But I actually think it's pretty cool for this concept and style of game. But yeah, onto the actual levels and visuals and stuff. So the levels featured in this game include Green Hill, Seaside Hill, Chemical Plant, Starlight Carnival, Sky Sanctuary, Silent Forest, Frozen Factory, Lava Mountain, and I think that's it actually. Yeah. They're all themes from previous Sonic games, being Sonic the Hedgehog 1, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles, Sonic Heroes, and Sonic Lost World of all games. This game really seems to be, with its visuals, very similar to what Sonic Lost World looks like. The enemy designs, the simple art style, and yeah, it's just very Sonic Lost World-esque. But yeah, there are different maps that are built for different types of game modes. For example, there's obviously the ones that you get to the end, there's ones where you just have to survive, and then there's ones where you're in like an arena where you have to collect the most rings or points or whatever. So there are a couple levels per theme of level, you know? But the whole point of all the rounds is to come on top with the most rings. The person with the most rings by round 3 actually is the overall winner. The only other variable for actually staying in the game is to make sure you don't get, you know, eliminated, and make sure you do qualify. So the best way to actually tackle every single round is to just keep collecting as many rings as possible, because the more rings you get, the more chance you have at winning overall. Yeah, you still need to qualify and you get more bonus points for coming first in each race round, but you also need to collect a lot of rings, because more rings equals more chance of winning, which I actually like in a way, because it makes it so that you aren't just trying to rush for the goal, and you are maybe taking some risks to try and get more rings, so that, because rings carry over the different rounds, so you don't start with 0 rings at the beginning, so at the end it's just an advantage to already have loads of rings in your backpack, you know. And before we move on off like the levels and stuff, I want to say the music remixes in here are outstanding. I love these remixes. They are like a fast-paced remix, and you've been hearing it throughout the whole video, but like they're so fast-paced and energetic, and it's just a nice for your ears. It's just really good remixes of the classic songs. Like, I love Silent Forest and stuff. It just improves the song so much from the original Silent Forest from Sonic Lost World. So yeah, now you understand the fundamentals of how this game works, and you can basically just keep playing it over and over again. Like, you know, there is a progression system in a way, but there's no like story that you have to get to the end of and oh boom, you've beaten the game, you know. It's just infinitely replayable, like any online game nowadays, to be honest. So just pick up and play anytime. I would recommend to play it in like short bursts and not play it for like 3 hours straight like I did on my live stream of it the other day, but it's pretty fun nonetheless. But you don't want to play it too long, because you are repeating a lot of things over and over again, because the game modes are randomly chosen and the maps are randomly chosen, so you could play the same level again and it's just the same thing but with different people. So I wouldn't play it too often, but I would play it like maybe for an hour and a bit and then give it a break and then come back later, and it's just fresh in your mind. But this wouldn't be an online battle royale type game where you have to, you know, go against other people if it didn't have some sort of season pass kind of thing. Yes, Sonic Rumble right now is in season 0 at the time of this release of this video, and you can unlock things, and it doesn't actually have any in-paid app purchases kind of things. Like you just, there's no real life money involved. You just use rings and red star rings, some bronze medals and keys that you unlock progression, and then you just have to, you know, spend some money to get some characters from the item shop thing, and you can just buy characters, but they just use rings and red star rings. They just don't even use real money, which is amazing. I love that. It's just something Pikmin Bloom could maybe take a note of, because the fact that you can't have infinite Pikmin in Pikmin Bloom is ridiculous. Gotta pay money for that. That's the time for another video. But yeah, it's pretty cool to be able to play as some of your favourite characters, because basically every Sonic character is here. You've got Big the Cat, Cream the Rabbit, Silver the Hedgehog, some Crystal versions, and Vector, and like there's just so many characters. You can even have some Sonic Forces avatars. I don't know if you can customize them though, I've not tested, but yeah, I don't think there's much else I can talk about for the game pre-release, because it is pre-release, so things will most likely change once it comes out. More updates, more maps might appear. But yeah, from the matches that I've played so far, I've played it for about a week, and yeah, I would say it is great fun and worth picking up on your iPhone or Android phone for now. If you are not in these countries, then definitely get a VPN. Make sure you use an account if you're going on the Google Play Store. I have no idea about the App Store, but on the Google Play Store, just use an account that hasn't had purchases on it, and the game should appear once you're on that VPN. You can just get a free VPN from the Play Store, so it's not like it really will cost you anything. It's free to do this. I didn't take any hassle to get this downloaded. I just launched the VPN, then went onto a different account, and boom, the game appeared in the Play Store. So it's pretty easy to get. I'm glad this game exists, and it actually like perfectly emulates what a good mobile game should be. Short, fun, replayable, can play it easily, have a great time, isn't gonna strain any body part from having to have the weird controls on screen. No, it's actually perfect for a mobile game, and I would say that this is the best Sonic mobile game that we've had, because all the other Sonic mobile games like Sonic Dash, Sonic Forces, and Sonic Dream Team being Apple exclusive, thanks, I would say that all of those can run dry at times, but Sonic Rumble, it's got enough variety to come back. But yeah, if you want to see more Sonic Rumble content on this channel, click that red subscribe button, and I'll make more videos in the future for Sonic Rumble. But for now, you'll just have to wait until winter to play it yourself, on PC at least, and for now, just play on your phone. If you want to watch the gameplay of me playing it, if you can't play it yourself, you can click on the end screens here to look at the stream if you want a normal version or if you want a shorts version. But either way, watch them and enjoy. And thanks for watching this one.